All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for the very end of the 7th and Friday the 8th. I took a siesta. I'm sorry. All right, I love you. I care. I took a siesta. A lot going on. So we've got the moon now in the sign of Scorpio. And we've got Venus out of the sign of Scorpio into the sign of Sagittarius. We also have at midnight on Thursday, Eastern Daylight Time, Mars and the Sun exactly conjunct at 15 degrees 5 space minutes, as you see them right there. All right, and both you see making these septiles. Okay, we've got this cool little fate and destined triangle happening here. Now, the Sun and Mars together, these are important. All right, the Sun is about you. This is a representation of you, your ego, yourself, and where you're showing up on your journey. Sometimes what we desire is ahead of where we're at. Sometimes it's behind where we're at, depending on, what's going on. Same with Mercury here. Mercury swings about, 30 degrees before or after the Sun. So sometimes our thoughts are ahead of us. Sometimes they're behind us. Venus is getting a nice glimpse ahead of us right now in the sign of Sagittarius. Just saying, what do I love? What do I want? What do I desire? What do I value? Well, that's going to be knowledge. And the closer Venus gets here to the south node, this is a conjunction already, but the closer Venus gets to that south node, it's desiring a refreshing start, a new look about the knowledge that we're sharing and what we're holding valuable. A lot of this deals with education, our school system, what our children are being taught, how are we being taught throughout colleges, what are we being taught is acceptable, what are philosophies, understanding psychology, understanding the mind, quantum physics, quantum reality. A lot of what we know and what we value is up for a great amount of change. This has been an ongoing theme for the past year and almost a year and a half here with the nodes in Gemini and Sagittarius. So the Sun, representation of you. We're not up all the way up here to Venus yet, but we have Mercury and Mars still here with the Sun. So we have three of our four, I mean, the moon's a personal planet, but you know what I mean, Mercury, Mars, Venus, the Sun. 3 planets of our 5 personals, rather, here in the sign of Libra, which is about relationships. This is about the mind. Libra is the only sign in the zodiac that is not an animal or a person, Aquarius, the water bearer here. This is judgment. This is the balancing scales, above, below. It's inanimate. It's not a living thing. And I think that's important to understand, and the patience of mind that goes along with this. And not just about the relationship with the other, but as far as determining in our minds what is right. And this is some energy that's been going on. Specifically, we've had that grand air trine. And that grand air trine, I'm guessing you're feeling its lack of existence right now. That air trine is gone. That air trine put a lot of people in a very serious mental, I can't get out of my own thoughts. I can't get out of my own way. I can't get out of my own head. And I'm finding myself depressed or finding it difficult to do almost simple or mundane tasks. Getting out the door to go do grocery shopping or something. It's like, we need to eat. But finding the energy or the motivation, it's like we're putting a filter in our mind here in Libra. This is our minds, our strength of our minds, and putting a judgment before a task and saying the judgment of this task seems too taxing and seems too daunting and too challenging, too difficult, so I'd rather not do it. And it becomes a complacent energy. Well, now we have the Sun and Mars conjunct together saying, like, look, we gotta get out of our own heads. And we have to take action, and not allow these judgments to inhibit us or to hold us back. We want to use our brain, this amazing processors that we have to truly process, to manifest. But when we're using it as that filter, and we can have it in all different kinds of ways. We can have that filter saying, I can't get that job or that person I'm trying to attract, or the task of doing all of my laundry, or all, I literally have a friend that said to me, he's got a couple houses, and he's like, this one, it's a total tear down. He's like, I'm never going to clean it up and just rather tear it down and start fresh again. Because it's not the truth. I mean, the truth is, it's so much work to get that house to square one that it's mentally exhausting to think where to start. Okay, but now when we just simply take action, I need food. I need to eat. I need to take action toward achieving that thing that's outside of self. Okay, Libra is outside of self. This is my relationship, right, with my mind, my stomach, my gut, my relationship with the other, my relationship with food, my relationship with the internet. I mean, this deals a little bit more with people, but still, it's relationship with the other, your relationship with other things. So this is saying, you know, like trying to lift that filter, the barrier of where we're getting in our own way, all right, and moving forward and saying, yes, this is a positive time for relationships. This is a positive time, although it's Mercury retrograde. You know, we things happen during the Mercury retrogrades. There's no question about it. But it's nothing to be frightful for, and especially when it happens 3 times a year every year. The outer planets retrograde for about 5 to 6 months every single year. And I see on social media, sadly, you know, people are like, oh my God, all the planets are moving direct. Pluto's direct now. And they're like, oh, all this unpinched energy, and they're like fretting it. Okay, this is prime example of what I'm talking about right now. We're putting a filter in front of. What if when all the planets go direct, you win the lottery and everything in your life kind of falls into place, and you actually spent time now or in the past thinking that it was going to be terrible because all the planets are moving direct again, or this planet was retrograde. This is our own preconceived notion of fear, negativity, doubt, uncertainty, FUD, you know, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, projecting a false claim of existence or reality that is yet to happen yet. And we do some of this on again, precursor, our minds. You know, it's just like, well, last time I went out to do this or this, well, this happened and I wasn't prepared, or I didn't have the umbrella, or I didn't have the thing that I needed. So we take precautions, mental precautions now. Well, I'm packing to go this, and I better have all the things that I need just in case I this. You know, so, you know, there's one way of looking at it, but again, there's these mental precautions. Oh, last time I tried to step outside and go after that thing that I really wanted, I fell hard on my face. You know, we've talked about this before. Cross-country skiing and handstands. You're going to fall on your face doing these because you have to lean into them. There's no way around it, you know. Sometimes we have to take that fall, but by putting that filter once again in front of it, oh my God, this is a terrible thing is coming up. The planets are going direct. It's like, no, it just is. It's like moving past our own judgment, simply moving past our own judgment and just allowing things to be. Is this a great time to start a relationship? Sure, if you allow it to be so. Will it be if you have the preconceived notion that it's not? It will not be. You know, it's like we're going back to that classic, you know, your wish is my command. And if you think it can be and is, it is. And if you think you can't and won't, it won't. You know, and then we have the energy working for us, saying forward momentum with Mars and the Sun both working together. This is like a boost. Like, you know, this is, you get a jetpack, you get a turbo boost today. Moving in this direction. Moving in what direction, Aaron? Moving in the direction of connecting Septile to Neptune. The possibilities are endless, my friends. When you get out of your own way, when you get out of your own mind and judgment of preconceiving what you think is coming around the bend and coming around the corner, you might be surprised that this reality, Taurus, this physical reality is very different, Uranus, and changing and a lot cooler than we think it is. Leading right back here to the Sun and Mars and Libra. So how do we find this? Well, it's 1, getting out of our own mind, and 2, connecting with other people. You know, I saw another post that says Mercury retrograde in Libra. This is more focusing on your own self and conversing with yourself than others. I don't necessarily say I can agree with that. This is in the sign of Libra. We're talking about the other. This isn't in Aries where we're going internal. It's not in Scorpio where it's internal in our own emotions, or Cancer or something like that. You know, this is about our relationship with the other. And it's fine. Every astrologer's interpretation is different. But when we, it's like when I see some of this stuff, and there's a fair amount of astrology that's just like very, oh, Cancers and Capricorns don't get along, or Aries and Capricorns don't get along, or something. It's just like, oh my God, this stuff, it slightly drives me nuts because it spreads like a virus into our minds, and and the moon going into Scorpio. What could that possibly mean? What is going to happen? I don't know. Where is my emotional comfortability right now? And it's septile here to the North Node and septile over here to Jupiter. And now this is tonight, or a few hours from now when this comes out. We're having this. This is, once again, like when we're in a rut, my friends, look, when we're in a rut and we need to get out, what is our medicine? Our medicine is information, communication through friendships in the community. Which again, I have to kind of come back here to that Mercury retrograde, and it's be in your own mind and less talking with other people. No, like everything about this astrology is saying connect with other people, connect with others. Get out of your own way, get outside of your comfort zones. These comfort zones can be a prison. And we're in our own prison, and we're thinking, well, I wish somebody could save me, or I wish this thing would come along, this opportunity would come along. Well, it is. The planets are moving direct. Everything's coming along and moving your way. And it's nothing to be afraid of. And if the worst possible outcome happens, and it's the worst day of our life, and we made it through it, then that's behind us. Then we have a lot to look forward to. Let's leave it there. My friends, I love you. I do. I wish you have a beautiful day. I didn't even talk much about the moon's going to continue to move through, the moon's going to continue to move through Scorpio on Friday. It's going to oppose Uranus. And all of this energy here, with the Sun and Mars septile to Neptune, Neptune septile to Uranus, Uranus septile back to the Sun and Mars. Again, forward motion, forward direction, connecting with other people. Life can be better than when you think it is when you get out of your own way and create those actions to create the connections. And then the moon is going to oppose Uranus. All right, moon's going to oppose Uranus. I'll tell you what time if you, let's stick around for another moment. There we go, 13 degrees, 51, boom, at 9 a.m. So that's still early in the morning, the moon opposing Uranus. And when we look at this is my possessions, my things, very mammalian kind of, and this is what's ours. Where do I feel emotionally safe in connecting in this power that we've created together? Again, we're talking about togetherness. This isn't a solo journey. Nothing about this is solo. And it's when we break free from the me, my, I, our emotions, our things, and look at the collective, communicate with the collective, take actions toward connecting with people, communicating with people, getting out of our own minds, getting out of our own ways. This is when the magic happens. I wish you all the magic in the world, my friends. Have a beautiful day. Happy Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow.